Hi there folks, I'm Gene of RPG and welcome back to more Valkyrie Profile. Last time we got 2 Enherjiar. Unfortunately, one of them is not an archer. Or rather, none of them are archers, would be a better way to phrase that. And so, we aren't going to be able to meet every single requirement for the Enherjiar, that we need to send. But, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes that happens. Let's go ahead and transmute these element scepters into alchemy tomes. So, when you have the Holy Grail, at the start of every chapter, you're given a Holy Drop, which you can use on a character to boost all of their stats by a random amount. I think it's anywhere from 1 to 10. And so, yeah, that's pretty spiffy. Something that we're going to want to make sure we... something that we're going to be wanting to make sure we take advantage of. Alright, we also got some skill tomes, such as Splash. Splash is a pretty good skill. Is a pretty good skill for most, well not most, all melee characters. It creates an extra shockwave that adds just a little bit more damage to attacks. It's actually pretty nice. There's a better skill later that you can get, but, well, that's not until later. We also got Throw, which, Throw's worthless as far as I'm concerned. What it does is when you go to do an attack with a melee character, it throws this little dagger-like thing at an enemy and does a tiny little bit of damage. It's, eh. We also got an Extreme Guard. This is an artifact that normally you can only get in normal mode from the Forest of Woe, but if you do well enough with your evaluations in the Sacred Phase and all that jazz, you'll get one, and it's a really good arm guard. We're gonna go ahead and put it on the Lenneth. Okay, are we all set to go? I think so. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's get to it. Let's start with the Clockwork Mansion. You might have noticed that only one dungeon appeared for our spiritual concentration other than, well, a Cave of Oblivion. Well, there's a reason for that, and we'll get to it. A clockmaker who liked to experiment on living bodies first owned this Yamato-style mansion. Since he was executed, the mansion has long been deserted, so why can the eerie sound of turning mechanisms be heard emanating from its interior each night? I don't know. Why can't it? Let's find out. I don't know. Oh, before I forget, also, I need to use a heal tome for Nanami because she does not actually have heal. She has normalize, which is also good, but it's not heal. Alright, but here we go. New enemies, Necrophidius. I'm not sure what exactly they're supposed to be. But, hey, they're here. We're going to go ahead and Lightning Bolt. Alright, that's one down. They're not all that tough. But I wouldn't quite say they're pushovers. Oh, damn it, Cashel.
You have served me well, my Enherjiar.
Also, before I forget, we should probably get weight reaction on Nanami. We're going to be using Nanami for a little while. But yeah, we're going to be using Nanami for a little while. Not super long, but long enough, I guess. So one thing I will say, Nanami's never going to be transferred to Valhalla because she has a rather low hero value. She also has not great natural traits that end up hurting her effectiveness as far as evaluation goes. Even though she's a great character in, like, to use in the game, as far as an Enherjiar goes, she's not that good. Which means that I'm not going to be wasting any of her capacity points on her traits, because there's no real reason to. But I guess talking about the dungeon itself for a moment. Ooh, we found Adept Illusion. That's a skill. I'll talk about that in a moment. And Guts. That's where you'd naturally find Guts if you didn't take it earlier. Anyway. Talking about the dungeon itself. We haven't really seen the big gimmick of it yet, though you might know where it's going. This dungeon always reminded me of Legend of Mystical Ninja. I forget the level. I forget what the level is, but it's very similar to that. It's a puzzle mansion. And it can be a little annoying. Not terrible, but a little. Also, as far as enemy types goes, it's only got, I believe it only has those Necrophidius. I think that's their name. It's only got those. Okay, but because it only has the Necrophidius enemies, it's pretty easy. There's writing on the wall. Beyond here lies danger. Move and the room rotates. Life is a one-way ticket. Return if you are wise. Only fools who need not life should pass beyond. Foolish ones, take this scroll. If you cannot proceed even with this scroll, then you are truly fool. Okay, thanks. Alright, so if you press select, a little mini-map shows up. And here's the gimmick. It's like it said. As you move through the rooms, they rotate. All the ones that you're not in rotate. And this kind of sucks. I hate this gimmick so much. I'm trying to remember because there is a quick way to get through it. There are no enemies in this part, and I don't believe there's any treasure either. Let me see if I... hopefully this doesn't take me too long. If you do get into a spot where you cannot get out, the game is fortunately pretty nice and merciful, and it will... it'll spawn this floating head thing that when it touches you, it warps you to the beginning. Hopefully that won't come to that, but, well, that's what it does. See, this is wrong. I'm not in the right spot. Alright, let's head back over to the left. Go down. Come up. Alright, I think we're on track now. Also, this is I think our first real instance of this happening. Jumping out of water, even when it's just really shallow water, it gimps your jump. You gotta go over here to the edge, so that way you can actually make said jump. Wind ladders are horizontal like this. If you press and hold up, you will grab onto it and start swinging your way across like monkey bars. Alright. There we go. We did it. And so, there we go. Woo! And yeah, that's basically the whole dungeon. We're about to fight the boss. Let's go ahead and use some elixirs. And heal up. Also, Nanami's got really low HP total, so we're going to go ahead and stick some points into survival before we get into a fight. There we go. Ah, that's much better. Alright, we should be good. Let's go ahead and deal with the boss. This foul creature is the ultimate creation of the master of this place, huh? His final legacy, there is no hope for him. I mean, he's already dead.
Come to me, Dark Warriors. Battle awaits us.
Oh, that's lovely. But yes, we have a Chimera. Actually, surprisingly tough enemy. Especially when it starts off with an obnoxious attack like that. Let's use an elixir on Cashel, actually. But as you saw, that's the big attack it can do. It can do triple deck, I think it was called, which hits with fire, poison, and ice damage. It's pretty devastating, and if it does that right off like it did to me, well, it can be pretty bad. That said, it's easy enough to recover from. So let's go ahead and lay into it. I don't do enough damage to get a special attack off. That, or rather, I don't build enough energy. That sucks. Alright, well, in that case, let's just hit him. Alright, we'll bring Belinus back up once again. Oof, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's get Nanami up. Belinus is frozen in time there. Impossible. And now he's dead. That poison sucks. I hate it. Alright, but we've managed to recover from this somehow, because it's not looking great. And I'm sure I know what you're thinking. What do you mean we've recovered from it? What are you talking about? Well, we have heal. Now we just gotta finish him off. Alright, well that was unexpected. I don't think I've ever seen that attack. Really? Alright. Okay, who do I want to get EXP more? Probably Cashel, because I actually hate using him. Alright, let's finish him.
You have served me well, my Enherjiar.
But yeah, the boss is actually not that bad. Assuming that you are, you know, that you don't get the crap kicked out of you like I did. Woo! Yeah, I'm good at games. Anyway, whatever, we beat it. So, from this chest, or rather this artifact, contains a Mirage Robe. You definitely want to hold on to this. because it's going to be a very long time before you find better mage armor than that. And this contains the Mirror of Pleiades. I think I'm saying that right. This is another thing you definitely want to hold on to, because it is a possession accessory that has a 50% chance of reflecting magic back at whoever cast it. And doubling the damage. It's a really powerful accessory. Let's go ahead and stick the Mirage Robe, which has a whopping 400 RDM, reduced damage, which is phenomenal. But yeah, with that, we're done with the Clockwork Mansion. Thank goodness. Looked a little iffy there for a moment. Oh, come on. I was in the thing. Let's go ahead and remake Union Plumes. Fortunately, you don't have to go back through the puzzle part of the dungeon. Okay, so you're probably thinking to yourself, is that's the only dungeon for Chapter 3? And the answer to that is no. There is technically 2 other dungeons. One of which we're not going to go to until Chapter 4 for reasons I'll explain then. But the other one is actually hidden here in Camille Village, the place where we found Cashel. Also, before we go any further, I need to increase Cashel's traits. There we go. Alright, let's keep going. But yes, it's actually hidden here. Hi. The few who survived are hiding in the church. Well, that's interesting. Let's go and see them first, real quick. This village, we're finished. Oh, that's positive thinking. I never thought this would happen. Damn. Hi, kid. Mother. Aw, that's sad. Alright, let's move on. This is my sword. Did Celia do it? It appears so. Even if I carry this, I won't be punished. What? I feel like that was a translation issue. I'm wondering if it's actually... if I take this grave marker, I won't be punished, right? I think it's something more akin to that, because that never made sense to me. But we got the Vein Slayer, a special weapon for Cashel that has a 5% chance of breaking. It is pretty strong. Well, kinda. I mean, it does okay. But, yeah, it has a 5% chance of breaking. I would prefer to turn it into materialized points, which I still need to do that. I'm aware. Also, who's not wearing a power bangle? Oh, Cashel's not. Okay. There we go. But yes, if you come up to here where the dungeon that Cashel and Celia went into is, it's the other dungeon for the chapter. If you're playing normal mode and you do not get Cashel as an Enherjiar, I believe you can't come into this dungeon.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Hey, this doesn't look
But
good.
basic enemies, zombie, and those things, I forget their names, it doesn't matter. Because this is definitely a much easier dungeon than the Clockwork Mansion, and I didn't really have any trouble with the Clockwork Mansion's regular enemies either, so yeah. Alright, but we have a dragon zombie. Let's go ahead and put the Dragon Slayer on Belinus for right now.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Don't do anything rash, my friends.
Of course, though, these ones are weak to lightning, so the Grimrist would immediately kill them
I have drawn Kichu. Average
as
fortune.
well. And there's a bastard sword. Huzzah! Oop, nope. But let's head back here to find a treasure chest, which contains Defend. Defend is a skill that... Oh, excuse me. That when you put points into it, it raises your RDM, the character's RDM, by, I think, 10 points per level you put in it. I'll look at it later. Right now, let's keep moving. Okay. Ooh, alright, well that was close. If that laser hits you, it will freeze you for a few seconds, which is really annoying. It's very easy to miss that ladder. Ah, oh. Jerk. It's very easy to miss that ladder that I climbed up. But you definitely want to make sure you climb it, because once you climb it and head to the left, it takes you to a room that's full of enemies.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Alright, but a new-ish enemy, a Necromancer. Not a lot to say about it. It's a mage-type enemy, and yeah, it'll use magic. It's still gonna just drop from a lightning bolt. Lightning bolt is way too powerful for these early points in the game. It's great. I love it. Alright, but the chest that's in here contains an arrow! I think that's our first time seeing a trap type that wasn't an explosion. But it contains a Flare Basilord. We got one of those in the swamp, and I actually haven't converted it to MP yet. But they're moderate weapons, but they have a chance of breaking. They give a pretty nice amount of materialized points, though. These statues! If you jump into them or touch them like I did, you will freeze, just like when you get hit by the lasers. More annoying than anything, because it's not like you take damage from it. I think Cashel is actually maxed on capacity points. Close enough. He's 20 away. So we're done using Cashel. Let's go ahead and well, I guess the only really good option is Jun. Well, I could. Yeah, let's have Ongrim. Let's give Ongrim a little time to shine, huh? Huh? Right? That's an idea, isn't it? I guess the Bane Slayer. Alright. Anyway, we'll give Ongrim a little time to shine. Why not? It's not like anybody's actually attacking here anyway.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Alright, but also kind of new enemies. Drow Shaman! They're just slightly different from the Necromancer enemies. Also, they're clearly not Drow. But either way, Lightning Bolt should take care of them.
They were no match for us.
Alright, so here we get to the, I guess, puzzle of the dungeon. There's this wall of goop that we can't really get through. So, something about the crystal powers that you have, they reflect beams of light. And since that's a laser beam that freezes, it'll freeze the wall of goop, which you then slash with the sword, and you get EXP for it. Whoa, hey, I hate that enemy placement. But yes, we're going to be doing that a fair bit, not just in this dungeon as well. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's keep heading this way to the right to find chests. An arrow! There is a warhammer in there. That is a breakable spear. Relatively powerful for this point, but nothing that special. We also got the skill Trick Step. Trick Step, I forget exactly what it does. Let's take a look. Step back just before attacking, make the foe counterattack and miss. Right. Okay, so this skill I don't think is very good. I've never gotten it to work properly. It supposedly makes enemies try to attack you with a counterattack, and they happen to miss when they do that. I've never seen it actually work, though. Alright. But we have another dragon zombie as well as a chest. Ha! Take that! Yeah, you can throw chests for whatever reason. I've always gotten a kick out of it. Sap Guard! That is a magic spell. It does what you think it does. It lowers the target's defense a little bit. That's a poisonous arrow! I have no idea what it actually does. Oh, it makes you run a little slower for a little bit. In that chest is a second Dragon Slayer, so if you don't have one, or yours broke, now you have another one. Pretty spiffy, pretty good stuff. It also is quite nice because, well, this dungeon just so happens to have a pretty good number of dragons in it. Come on, shoot the laser. There we go. Alright, I want to say right here. Aha! Okay, shoot the laser so I can see where. Right there. Perfect. And then right here should do it. Yay! Okay. Laser's gone. I don't know if that's big enough. Oh, no, that's fine. Oh. Oh, good lord. Alright, let's see. That's the way we have to go. So first let's head this way, jump over that statue. It's very easy for it to blend into the foreground. And come this way to find a save point. Which is humorous to be because if we head down here, there's also a save point. So you still live. I thought that woman destroyed you. I cannot be defeated by a lowly mortal. Neither can I be defeated by a lowly goddess who relies upon the power of humans to fight for her. Why don't you try me? I believe I will. Alright, boss time! Greater Demon! Not a lot to say, actually, about it. I believe it has a high chance of guarding, if I remember correctly. And it does hit pretty hard. dodging attacks, and they always counterattack. So either a magic attack followed by a combination attack, or we take advantage of their poor accuracy. Okay, so first off, you should always try to lead off with a magic attack because it ignores guard. Dodge and counter attack. If a character's attack is dodged, their action for that turn is over. With the skill counter, an ally can counterattack after he dodges. Dodges cannot be repeated consecutively. Yeah, so when you have counter, you can counter if an enemy misses. Or rather, if you dodge. We don't need to worry about that, though. Because, well, we've got this.
Feel my wrath. Finishing strike. Extreme void. Has my power waned?
Tenshu, punishment from the heavens! Die quickly and
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast. Ha! Dead already?
Burn in hell.
But that's the hard way to beat that boss.
Come to me, Dark Warriors. Battle awaits us.
These are formidable
So,
adversaries.
here's the thing. This boss is technically a demon. What does that mean? It's weak to the Demon Slayer. And as you can see, the Demon Slayer will basically immediately kill it. So, if you manage to find it in the Nethov Swamp, well, this boss fight is a joke. There's a number of bosses that's actually the case for, but anyway. This chest contains the Golden Fowl. This is an extremely good artifact. Definitely keep it. Do not send it, no matter what. And you found the Grand Sting. I don't know who put it in this box because it was being used as a deadbolt, but we found it. This is a pretty good great sword. So if you're using Cashel or Ongrim, there you go. It's pretty good. As you can see, pretty powerful, good attack thrust, lightning damage, blah, blah, blah. It's a good weapon. That's all you need to know. The Golden Fowl's the really good artifact here, though, is because it functions basically the exact same way as the Holy Grail. Except it lays golden eggs. Yeah, it's a golden chicken. And those do the exact same thing as the Holy Drop does. Oh, I did not see it there. The thing is that you can transmute those golden eggs into bracelets of Zoe, which I've already covered what those do, and you definitely want to make sure you have a pretty good amount of them, because, oh, they're so great. They're such a good accessory. Oh, I didn't see it there either. That's the thing, these statues, I think they blend in way too well with the background and everything in this dungeon. But anyway, before we end this part off and whatnot, next time we're going to check out the normal mode dungeon for Chapter 3. I do want to bring up something really important about this particular dungeon. So most dungeons, when you go into them, by this point, you've probably noticed that each time you go into a dungeon, it takes 2 periods. It's 2 ticks on the counter, as opposed to when you enter a town, and it's 1. Because this dungeon is technically inside of a town, it only takes 1 tick. This means that you can go to this dungeon twice as often, or you can do this dungeon twice as much as you could, say, the Clockwork Mansion. And so it's a great spot for preparing your Enherjiar in Chapter 3. Easily the best spot, actually, for that. It's just worth mentioning. Whether or not you want to do that's up to you. I don't really feel a need to do much grinding. Also, I just noticed that if I turn the camera slightly, the arrows change. Yeah, I'm easily amused. Anyway, next time on Valkyrie Profile, we're going to check out the normal mode dungeon for Chapter 3, as well as do the new Cave of Oblivion. And then probably the Sacred Phase. I'm Gene of RPG, and I'll see you guys then.